For many years, the northern lands of Grand Cathay suffered under relentless ogre raids. Like a swarm of locusts, their hordes descended from the mountains, leaving behind nothing but ashes, ruined villages, and devastated fields. Trade routes fell silent. Frontier settlements were abandoned, and thousands were forced to flee their homes. With each passing year, the ogres grew bolder. No longer content with raiding the borderlands, they prepared for a new campaign deep into Cathay, where wealthy cities, untold treasures, and endless plunder awaited them. This time, the horde was led by a tyrant himself, a ruthless ogre warlord whose name had long become a symbol of fear across the frontier. Under his command marched 700 giants, setting out on yet another campaign, convinced that no force could stand in their way. But amidst the ruins of the devastated lands, resistance was rising. The call to arms was answered by Bahshiva, the White Tiger, the legendary lord of the Tigermen. He had watched his people lose their lands year after year beneath the advance of ogre hordes, and he knew that if the enemy was not stopped now, the flames of war would soon reach the very heart of the empire. Beneath his banners gathered 2,000 Tigermen warriors, swift, disciplined, and fearless. They had not come seeking glory or conquest. They had come to reclaim their lost lands and put an end to the ogre invasions. Upon the scorched plains, among the ruins of long-destroyed settlements, the two armies finally met. On one side stood Bahshiva, the White Tiger, and 2,000 Tigermen, ready to fight for the future of their people. On the other stood the Tyrant and 700 ogres whose hunger was rivaled only by their thirst for destruction. For the Tigermen, this battle was a chance to end decades of suffering. For the ogres, it was merely another bloody campaign. Thousands of warriors stood in silence before the coming storm, knowing that by sunset these lands would either be freed from the ogre menace for generations to come, or the ravenous giants would carry ruin and death ever deeper into the heart of Grand Cathay. battle was over. The Tyrant and his Ogre horde had been wiped out to the last warrior, and their invasion had been stopped forever. But victory came at a terrible cost. Of the 2,000 Tigermen who marched into battle, only 400 lived to see the end of that day. Upon the scorched earth, they left behind not only the bodies of their fallen brothers, but a part of themselves as well.